I declare this congregation to be in session. Please remain standing and join with us in singing the traditional graduation song, Gaudiamus, the words of which are printed on the screen. Please be seated. Tēnā koutou katoa e hui hui nei. Greetings to all of you gathered here and a very warm welcome to Massey University's 2017 Semester 2 graduation ceremonies held here in the Manawatū. This is the first of 3 ceremonies today. I wish to acknowledge fellow members of the Massey University Council and the academic staff on the stage with me today. In addition, I acknowledge the distinguished guests we have amongst us, the professional services staff, and the members of the Campus Graduation Committee who do lots of work for today. Most importantly, I acknowledge those of you here who are about to graduate and the special people who are here to support you. My name is Helen Anderson. I'm Pro-Chancellor of the Massey University Council, which is effectively Deputy Chair of the group responsible for overseeing the university's governance. It also means that we as a council have great pleasure in presiding over graduation ceremonies. I thought I'd start today and the ceremony today by noting that there are 31 days until Christmas and 37 days until the end of the year. And I say this not to put you in a panic about how little time you have to prepare for your family Christmas celebrations, but rather to think about the cyclical nature of life. While we count the days until the end of the year, the reality is we all wake up on New Year's Day, usually, and start a new year. This pattern's echoed across all aspects of life, including in today's ceremony. So those of you seated here in front of me are celebrating the end of your studies. This graduation ceremony marks the successful completion of your diploma, degree, master's, or even PhD. And across across today's graduation ceremonies, we will have more than 450 students crossing the stage. 139 will get master's degrees and 47 doctorates. You will become part of the Massey alumni family that now numbers in excess of 142,000 people all around the world. But this ceremony doesn't mark the end of your learning. I take great pride in the fact that Massey is a provider of and a strong believer in lifelong learning. I myself have actually done a summer school paper recently. It's quite challenging. Today actually marks the end of your current study. The world is changing, and over our lifetimes we'll find ourselves needing to continuously learn to meet the challenges of the 21st century. And I want to encourage you to all think not of the ceremony as a marking the end, but rather marking a stepping stone in your lifelong learning journey. Before you take the next step in your journey, let's take a moment to reflect. Graduation Day is a day of great celebration, an opportunity for the university and you, your whānau, your friends and loved ones, to recognise the hard work you've done and what you've achieved as a result. But it's also important for you in particular to remember to thank all of those people who have backed you and contributed to your success. Your family, your friends, the faculty and support staff of the university are all part of your success. I'd like to invite graduates in a moment to join me in acknowledging those people, and I'll ask you to stand, applaud those people on stage, the teachers and faculty and their supporters, and then I'm going to ask you to turn around and applaud your family and friends. So graduates, please stand. Graduates, please stand. I can't see you, but I believe that you're out there. So please applaud those of faculty and support staff on the stage. And now just as big, everyone else who supported you. Thank you. Now for those, you can be seated, thank you. For those family and friends who are unable to join us in person today, all our ceremonies are live streamed on the internet, and there's a link on the Massey University homepage. So please feel free to share this link with your loved ones, because it'll be a permanent record, I hope, of what is going to be a very proud moment for you. Now, as an institution, Massey University is on its own wonderful journey. Last year, our then Chancellor, Chris Kelly, presented on this stage along with our former Vice-Chancellor, Steve Mahari. This year, Massey embarked on the next stage of its journey with Michael Ahi as Chancellor, myself as Pro-Chancellor, and our new Vice-Chancellor, Professor Jan Thomas. And under Professor Thomas's stewardship, we have released a new strategy for the university, which really provides a roadmap for Massey until 2022. This strategy builds on Massey's reputation as a leading research institution that produces world-ready graduates with entrepreneurial acumen, and we've got quite a few to celebrate today. Our research, as most of you should know, is focused on addressing issues that will matter more and more as the world's population increases. Those are issues like energy use, climate change, food production, disease prevention, and many more. And one particular way in which the College of Sciences is working on that is the need for New Zealand to balance clean waterways with a thriving agricultural industry. This is a very topical issue, and the agricultural industry has its eyes on Massey's researchers as we speak. A trial project on one of Massey's dairy farms is using our considerable expertise and advanced measuring systems below the ground to find out whether plantain, which many regard as a common weed, can substantially decrease nitrate leaching in the soil whilst also maintaining quality milk production, a very important issue. In the recent Massey Marsden funding round, the College of Sciences projects were awarded 21 of the 26 grants, receiving more than $12 million in funding. This is a huge accolade for the quality and excellence of research that's undertaken at Massey. So there are many projects, and those include an investigation into PSA, which is the disease causing devastation to New Zealand's kiwifruit industry. There have been many highlights for Massey, and these include Professor Murray Cox of the Institute of Fundamental Sciences being awarded the Te Rangi Hero Medal for his anthropological work to reconstruct processes of transformation and change in past societies using genetic data. Finally, it's been a really big year for the vets at Massey. The new administrative building and wild-based hospital construction was finally completed, and you will have seen that starring in many television and other media. So, congratulations to all of you who've taken up the challenge to be where you are today. You will graduate proud of your achievement and also honoured by the reputational mantle that you've inherited. My challenge to you is to go forth as Massey alumni and to make your own contribution, grow your own reputation, and in doing so, add further to the proud heritage that you are now part of. Finally, I'd like to urge you to stay connected with your alma mater and your university family through our Alumni Association. Congratulations, continue to work hard and take all the opportunity that awaits you. Noi reira, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou, tēnā koutou katoa. Thank you. By the authority of the Council of Massey University, I, Helen Anderson, Pro-Chancellor, will now award certificates and diplomas and confer the degrees on those to be presented and on those in absentia. The Teaching and Learning Director for the College's Sciences will now present graduates and recipients of the certificates and diplomas in the College of Sciences.
Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Agri-Commerce the graduand I'm about to name, Samuel Theo Mama Thrust. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Agri-Commerce the graduands I'm about to name, Vladimir Call. Bevan Neil Rowe. Sean Douglas Taylor. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science the graduand I'm about to name, Colin Peter Thu. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Construction the graduand I'm about to name, Sin Wang. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Food Technology with honours the graduands I'm about to name, Bonnie Imogen Alice Ireland. Dharma Ratana Leia. Taliana. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Information Sciences the graduands I'm about to name, Daniel Joseph Burke. Don Kushan Chatumal Jayasinghe. Andrew Paul Langman. Simon Richard McIver. Andrew David Mercer. Kumran Promboon. Daniel Resner. Haikwin Tang. Viliami Tenihenga. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Science the graduands I'm about to name. Connor Lewis Aldridge. Tonisha Sabrina Alves. Jeanette Surveyor Baidelay. Natalie Rebecca Callahan. Libby Rose Ensor. Cheryl Alice Frank. Smiritika Ashel Gosai. Thomas Robert Hunt. Nuan Susanna William Kurawita. Sayonara Fisihoni Latu. Rebecca Marie Mansfield. Kate Elizabeth Milne. Victoria Alexandra Moyle. Jade Leah Pengelly. Shashikala Punia Morthy. Natasha Hazel Redpath. Lee Roderick. Lutika Maria Rogas. Ben Howard Severinson. Samuel Thomas William Shaw. Caitlin Renee Wills. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Bachelor of Veterinary Science the graduand I'm about to name, Mei Xuen Chen. Thank you, Pro-Chancellor.
It is now my great pleasure to invite Ms Anne Scott, editor and publisher of Food New Zealand magazine of the New Zealand Institute of Food and Science and Technology, to address the graduands. Anne graduated with a BTEC in 1975 and worked for the next 10 years in the New Zealand primary food industry before moving to Australia and into public relations for food clients. In 1990, she and her husband, who is also a Massey Tech graduate, moved to Southeast Asia and spent 5 years in Bangkok and Manila before returning to New Zealand. In 2000, Anne moved back into the food industry in the area of event management, which is awards and conferences, and she rejoined the New Zealand Institute of Food Science and Technology and took on responsibility for publishing the Institute's journal. Anne was president of the New Zealand Guild of Food Writers from 2011 to 2013, and she's a fellow of the New Zealand Institute of Food Science and Technology and immediate past president of that organisation. Please welcome Anne Scott.
Thank you, Chancellor, for the introduction, and thank you, Massey, for inviting me to speak at this special occasion. It's a great pleasure to be here and have this opportunity to impart some words of wisdom to today's graduates of the College of Sciences, techies, vets, agriculturalists and horticulturalists, chemists, microbiologists, and so on. You are at the beginning of your working lives. I'm going to tell you a little bit about Massey as it was in my time, what Massey has meant to me in the last 4 decades, and, not surprisingly, proffer sage words of advice. Bear with me, won't take long. I started my food technology degree in 1971. I was chatting with Professor Matt Golding a couple of years ago, and when I told him my starting year, he looked thoughtful and said, "I was 1. Professor Marie Wong wasn't even at high school, but contemplating studying science, and Professor Richard Archer was in year 12, then known as the sixth form. The internet, as we know it, hadn't even been thought of. Yes, a very long time ago. Massey had 1 computer for students in those far-off days. It filled a brick cottage between the refectory and Whareata, and we were taught to write computer programs in Fortran, an early programming language, which the staff duly transferred to punch cards to test our fledgling skills. I was very good at writing infinite loops into my logic and routinely received back large stacks of computer printout paper. How things have changed. Now my iPhone has far more computing power than that computer. When I first started work, companies ran their computers, often IBM monsters, in temperature and dust-controlled rooms, and the IT staff were revered, mysterious people in white coats. On campus, there were only 3 science towers. The Faculty of Food Science and Technology was in the Riddett building, which at that day was a 2-storey block in the middle of a paddock between the science towers and the old Ag Hort building, now the Wool building. And we still had lectures and movie nights in the old main building, which is now the Sir Geoffrey Perrin building. The physics department was in a complex of prefabs where the international department is now, and the vet tower was just that, without the supporting buildings, and the lake was surrounded by lawns. The refectory was a shadow of its current self, but still the focus of first-year students' social lives. Hostels, of course, were segregated. We worked hard. We had 36+ hours of contact time each week for our 4 years, and the final result of a full year's work in 3 terms was measured in 1 3-hour exam in October for each of the 8 papers we covered that year. No continuous assessment then, hence the oft-repeated joke, it's too early to study in the first term, too cold in the second term, and, sadly, too late in the third term. Those who lived by that tended to fail. In the early 70s, Massey was a very young university. The majority of the 6,000-odd students were studying for applied degrees, similar to many of you here. We were given the base knowledge and trained to think, to solve problems. Most of our lecturers had worked in industry. They had gained active experience within the fields they were teaching. So our degrees made us fit for purpose and highly employable. That fit-for-purpose approach to courses at Massey has contributed significantly to the success of this place of learning. Massey graduates receive an education that transcends the achievement of a past standard. This is why Massey degrees are respected worldwide, both in the workplace and in academic institutions. Since 1975, I've attended 3 graduation ceremonies, 2 for my son and 1 for my husband, a 2-time Massey graduate. Next month, I'll be cheering for a dear friend as she is conferred with her PhD. My own graduation was in 1975. I graduated BTech Food Tech, I think in this theatre, although I don't really remember. Our cohort brought the total of food technology graduates since 1963 to 145, 115 men and 30 women. We were the early adopters who recognised the value of an applied degree in building a career in the food industry. After all, people love to eat. To date, there are more than 1,000 Massey food technology graduates whose contribution to the strength of our country's economy is enormous. I am proud to be a Massey graduate. My fellow graduates, classmates, those before and after, have been lifelong friends, as have many of those who taught me the principles of new product development, microbiology, operations research, that was a hard call, unit operations, chemical engineering, and all the other building blocks of a food technologist. I was recently at a 70th birthday celebration of one of the 1969 graduates. They proudly say that they took 5 years to do a 4-year degree because they were working so hard in university student politics. Some had lectured me at Massey. We're a tight-knit group, sharing many years of friendship underpinned by the bond of the place we studied. Similarly to engineers, vets, farmers, horticulturalists, and so on, that shared experience is the basis for friendship and support. My Massey degree has given me entree into much more than employment. Your degree will do the same. I promised you sage words of advice. You will realise, as your life progresses, that a degree is so much more than a framed, embossed parchment. It says you've completed a very important project. You have overcome the challenges of absorbing knowledge and meeting deadlines, the challenges of interacting successfully with fellow students and teachers. You have learned the value of plain old getting your head down and getting on with it. Whether your degree is the foundation of your lifetime career or not, you've done it, and today's celebration recognises that achievement. Never underestimate the value of completing a degree, even if it is never directly used in your career. My son, who has an honours degree in philosophy and English, is an outdoor pursuits instructor and loves his life on the rock walls, on rivers and lakes, and in the bush. On his CV, that degree still speaks volumes. At your age, I can say now that my hair's its natural colour again, your brain is a sponge with infinite space waiting to be filled with knowledge. Never forget that learning never stops. Practice listening. Yes, you have completed your degree, but there is still much to learn. As you start working, you will encounter colleagues, managers and staff who all have something to teach you. Observe, listen, ask questions and learn. Secondly, build your networks. Your fellow Massey graduates are the core of your lifetime network. Add to it by becoming involved in your industry associations and making friends. Help your friends where you can, whether in solving a technical or work problem or suggesting them for a job. Your generosity will come back to you many, many times. Networking isn't just about meeting people who can help you. It's sharing your knowledge and connections for everyone's benefit. In closing, my sincere congratulations. You've done it. My very best wishes for your working life, whether you apply your degree in your lifetime career or not. A Massey degree is an achievement you will cherish. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. You really are an inspiration, and it's wonderful to have your words of wisdom. Even though you said there are only a few, they were very, very poignant. Thank you for that. We will now proceed with the conferment of degrees and awarding of university certificates and diplomas.
Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma in Rural Studies the candidate I'm about to name, Lucy Hope Adams. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Graduate Diploma in Science and Technology the candidates I'm about to name. Alma Christie Jamie Futalen. Sarah Rosanna Bernadine Maigret with distinction. Shafika Ilyana Binti Muhammad Kia. Rashmi Tripathi. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Science the candidate I'm about to name, Ajitpal Singh Purba. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for the Postgraduate Diploma in Veterinary Preventative Medicine the candidate I'm about to name, Richard Nortkia. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Agri-Commerce the graduand I'm about to name, Susheng Liu. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Agri-Science the graduand I'm about to name, Spencer Brisenio Secretario with distinction. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Applied Statistics the graduand I'm about to name, Iris Mafia Nangusgambu. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Engineering the graduand I'm about to name, Nadim Salahuddin Abdul Kako with distinction. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Environmental Management the graduand I'm about to name, Kieran Jared Rooney. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Food Technology the graduands I'm about to name, Maria Vina Kania Subajo with distinction. Mahika Izurini Wirawana Nilawira Ran Patabandij with distinction. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Quality Systems the graduands I'm about to name, Lovemore Impofu. William James Wilson with distinction. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Science the graduands I'm about to name, Jenna Kate Buchanan, First Class Honours, Masterate Scholar. Christine Mejia Castaneda. Karen Mary Darling. Thiloshini Delvlal. Lydia Lucy Edwards, First Class Honours. Rebecca Mary Ingram. Rosemary Malanga. Ivy Bianca Sales Pabellon with distinction. Sophie Anna Reid with distinction. Jack Archibald Summerton with First Class Honours. Raveen Marlon Weerasinghe with distinction. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Supply Chain Management the graduand I'm about to name, Morn Terence Cross. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Veterinary Medicine the graduand I'm about to name, Deborah Helen Sampson. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Veterinary Science the graduands I'm about to name, Balkia Miriam Lingting. Aditi Sriram, First Class Honours. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Master of Veterinary Studies the graduands I'm about to name, Farzin Sahabjan. Pornchinook Subarat with distinction. Pro-Chancellor, the degrees are also conferred and the certificates and diplomas are also awarded to those who are in absentia. Thank you, Pro-Chancellor.
Thank you. It's now my great pleasure to invite Oriane Tione to make a valedictory address on behalf of the students. Please join me in welcoming Oriane to the stage. Oriane is a research technologist at the Fonterra Research and Development Centre just across the road from Massey University, and she specialised in cultured food applications. She comes from the southwest of France in the Basque Country. She has a dual master's in chemistry and food science and technology from Chimie Paris Tech and Agro Paris Tech, two prestigious French schools in Paris. At the end of her master's, she came to New Zealand for the first time to carry out a 6-month internship at the Fonterra Research and Development Centre in Palmerston North. And after this internship, she came back to Palmerston North to undertake a doctorate study at Massey University on structure and properties of mozzarella cheese. This study was part of the Primary Growth Partnership, PGP program, and a research program that was funded by the Ministry of Primary Industries and the New Zealand companies such as Fonterra. Today she's graduating with her PhD from Massey University. Please welcome Oriane Tione.
Good morning, everyone. Tēnā koutou. Before I start, I would like to acknowledge what a great honor it is to be speaking in front of all of you today and to congratulate all the students in this room that are graduating. Congratulations indeed. It is a huge achievement we are celebrating today, and we can all be very proud. I don't know about you, but I've been dreaming about this day for a while now, and it is a fantastic feeling to finally be here. So apologies if my French accent is a bit hard to understand. It gets a bit strong when I'm a bit nervous. So now I would like you to remember your first few days at Massey University. Who were you then? And how different this past version of you was from the present you wearing this graduation gown today. When I think about it, the first obvious thing that we gained is a lot of technical knowledge. This knowledge forms a solid foundation for our professional life. But more than the knowledge itself, we learn to learn. And as Anne Scott just said earlier, learning never stops. This leads me to my second point. In these months and our years spent at Massey University, we developed some new skills, or we improved some existing skills. Teamwork, project management, critical thinking, scientific approach, problem solving, adaptability, to name a few. But we also met new people. We found some mentors in our supervisors and lecturers. We made new friends, we expanded our network. But most importantly, we grew as a person. As we gained confidence, leadership, resilience, perseverance, and much more. We learned more about ourselves and what we're capable of. So today, we are celebrating success. So this made me think, what makes us successful? And so to me, and this list may not be exhaustive, there are 4 cornerstones that lead to success. The first one, and probably the most obvious one, is hard work. Hard work to reach a goal. To get where we are today, we all worked very hard on our assignments, for exams, or on our thesis. But to succeed, you not only need hard work, but also talent. And by talent, I mean who we are as a person and our skills. And this is unique to each of us, and it will keep evolving as we grow. Then, and I think that's a very important one, there are the people around us, mentors who help us exploit our potential and give us useful advice, people with the right connections, family and friends who believe in us and are here for us in difficult times or to celebrate happy times like today. Thank you to all of them for contributing to our success. So some of these people are in this room, some are with us in thoughts, and thanks to technology, some of them are watching us right now using the live streaming. So I would like to take this opportunity to say hi to my family and friends who are watching right now, and some of them all the way from France and the UK. I know they really would like to be here today. Je pense fort à vous. And finally, I would say that the last key to success is a bit of luck. But luck often needs to be provoked, and opportunities need to be taken. And as the famous French biologist Louis Pasteur once said, chance favors the prepared mind. Well, he actually said it in French, but I'm translating for you. So to conclude this talk, I wish you to make the most of today. Graduation is a special day. Today, we are turning a page to end an important chapter of our lives, our student life at Massey University. But we're also turning a page to start a new chapter with the excitement of the possibilities ahead of us. And it is completely up to us to write this new chapter with the tools that Massey University gave us and our own personal skills and ambitions. So let's keep working hard to reach our goals. Let's get out of our comfort zone to grow and unleash our potential. Let's appreciate the value of people around us, and let's seize the opportunities. All the best, and congratulations again. Thank you. Merci.
Thank you, Ariane. We look forward to hearing more about your own research very shortly. Thank you in particular for your valedictory address. We'll now proceed with the conferment of degrees and the awarding of university certificates and diplomas.
Pro-Chancellor, a doctorate, either a PhD or a professional named doctorate, is the highest research degree awarded by the university. The successful completion of a doctorate represents a significant achievement through the submission of a sustained piece of research expressed in the production of a written thesis of no more than 100,000 words, or a creative work of equivalent size and scope, or via a series of publications. Candidates are expected to make an original contribution to knowledge in a specific field of study. Candidates will typically spend 3 to 4 years of full-time research solving a problem or addressing a particular set of questions. An international panel of experts then examines the resulting body of work through both written and oral examination. Doctoral research is challenging and represents a huge commitment to advancing research and scholarship. We honour the achievements of our doctoral graduands by including them in the stage party, thereby formally welcoming them into the academic and scholarly community and acknowledging their entitlement to be called doctor. Pro-Chancellor, I have the honour to present for graduation in the degree of Doctor of Philosophy the graduands I am about to name. Prasuna Lakshmi Acharya. This Acharya utilised sequential in silico, in vitro and in vivo techniques to demonstrate for the first time that beyond their primary functions, gastrointestinal endogenous proteins are also a hidden, albeit important, source of gut modulatory peptides. A paper co-authored by Ms. Acharya with distinguished Professor Paul James Mohan has been recognised as a key scientific article by the prestigious Global Medical Discovery Series. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Acharya. Pro-Chancellor Mohammed Naveed Anwar. Calcium digestibility of feed ingredients is assumed to be very high in chickens. However, Mr. Anwar's research indicates that it ranges from 40 to 70%. The use of digestible calcium in feed formulation will help to reduce feed costs by optimising phosphorus utilisation and will reduce phosphorus environmental pollution. Chancellor, Dr. Anwar. Sarah Ozarpakan. Miss Ozar-Paikan investigated different aspects of vitamin D metabolism in horses through clinical trials, along with in vivo and in vitro experiments. She found that horses are unable to synthesize vitamin D3 through their skin, and the main vitamin D metabolite in their circulation is obtained from their diet. Her findings increase current knowledge regarding vitamin D synthesis and metabolism in horses. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Ozar-Paikan. Jane Crystal. Traditionally, in the lower South Island, dairy cows are wintered on brassica crops. This practice results in some potentially harmful effects on stock and soil and water resources. Mrs. Crystal developed a new low-cost wintering system that resulted in a reduction in some of these impacts when compared to traditional approaches to cow wintering. Chancellor, Dr. Crystal. Anant Chandrakant Dawai. Nanofibrils from food proteins are emerging as smart designer materials for use as food ingredients with enhanced functionalities. Mr. Dawai's research investigated the mechanism of formation of aggregates using bovine whey protein beta-lactoglobulin. His research results have numerous potential applications in designing tools to control the phenomenon of fibril formation and in fine-tuning or designing new functionalities of these protein ingredients. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Dawai. Heidi Michaela Dijkstra, doctoral scholar. Graphene nanoribbons hold great potential for device applications as they allow for control over their physical and electronic properties. Ms. Dijkstra's research has demonstrated the successful characterisation and selective modification of the edges of graphene nanoribbons. Her research paves the way towards controlling the self-assembly of the ribbons to form composite nanomaterials with potential for solar cell applications. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Dijkstra. Karen Froud. Kiwi fruit bacterial canker is a serious biosecurity incursion that has changed kiwi fruit growing in New Zealand. Ms. Frouds found that bacterial canker worsened over time and that changes to management practices may reduce the disease burden within the kiwi fruit industry. Her research also showed that observational study designs typically applied in veterinary and medical research were highly applicable to investigating factors that cause disease in plants. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Froud. Chifuyu Horikoshi, doctoral scholar. Ms. Horikoshi studied how timber forest operations influenced habitat use, mating patterns and survival of adult New Zealand falcons during the winter months. She found that the dynamic changes of forest structure created by timber harvesting and its effect on prey accessibility drive spatial patterns and mating behaviour of Kaingaroa falcons. The risk of 1080 secondary poison in adult falcons was low. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Horikoshi. Withanagai Thushanti Shriyan Jayasuriya. Mr. Jayasuriya's research delivered useful knowledge on the ecological complexity of New Zealand stream ecosystems. His findings show how human activity, such as farming, affect the functionality of a freshwater ecosystem at various spatial scales. In addition, his research suggests that ecosystem management should focus on the ecological similarity between habitats as an alternative to highly localised, protected, area-based conservation. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Jayasuriya. Nicola Kells, Doctoral Scholar. Ms. Kells investigated the effects of docking method, piglet age and different pain-relieving strategies on acute pain responses to tail docking through analysis of brain electrical activity. Results indicate that docking using hot cautery was less acutely painful than docking using clippers. Docking at a younger age was less painful, and use of a local anaesthetic cream abolished acute pain responses. Her finding may be used to inform farm practice guidelines and animal welfare policy. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Kells. Yang Lee. A significant proportion of New Zealand's agricultural methane emissions is produced by the action of microorganisms called methanogens in the rumen of cattle and sheep. Mr. Lee sequenced the DNA of 2 of these organisms and through comparative genomics and microbiological characterizations provided insights into their physiology and metabolism. This new knowledge is contributing to targeting rumen methanogens for inhibition via methane mitigation strategies. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Lee. Eva Meyer. Using a novel in vitro co-culture model, Ms. Meyer investigated the effects of Faecalibacterium, one of the most common gut bacterium, on human intestinal health. She found that live bacteria induced greater immunostimulatory effects than dead bacteria, and that they maintained the integrity of the intestinal barrier. Her research has contributed to an understanding of the potentially beneficial effects of this bacterium. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Meyer. Shazwati Chandrakant Mathurkar. Mrs. Mathurkar researched the potential use of salicylic acid found in willow leaves as a natural and inexpensive analgesic for pain management in sheep. As part of her research, the minimum therapeutic plasma concentration was determined. The analgesic efficacy of willow leaves can be assessed by feeding the willow leaves to lame sheep. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Mathurkar. Jessica Sandra Novak. Listeria monocytogenes is a high-risk organism for the food-producing industry due to its ability to withstand harsh environmental conditions. Ms. Novak investigated the biofilm-forming ability of this bacterium and provided valuable insight into understanding the influence of environmental factors and genes on biofilm formation. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Novak. Ibrahim Kutai Ozturk. Dorthostroma needle blight, DNB, is one of the most harmful pine diseases known. Mr. Ozturk research investigated the secondary metabolism of Dorthostroma and found that this pathogen is capable of producing novel secondary metabolites that can be important in the disease process. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Ozturk. Kandab Patel. Mr. Patel investigated industry-wide unexplained suboptimum reproductive performance associated with fetal wastage in farmed red deer in New Zealand. He found that significant fetal wastage occurred, particularly in rising 2-year-old hinds, resulting in economic loss to farmers and the deer industry. Analysis of farm and management risk factors and blood and tissue samples suggested that herds with optimum nutrition and reduced Toxoplasma gondii exposure had high pregnancy and lower abortion rates. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Patel. Maxensi pluvii. Nitrous oxide production in microalgal remains poorly recognised and by consequence poorly understood. After determining a microalgal N2O biochemical pathway, Mr. Pluvier evaluated the environmental impacts of nitrous oxide emissions during microalgal cultivation. His research provides valuable insights in the field of microalgal biology and biotechnology with regard to climate change. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Pluvier. Zubari Rahman. Mr. Rahman designed and developed a highly efficient and reliable multi-port power electronics interface for the integration of renewable energy sources. His results confirm that the proposed circuitry provided an excellent response to variable source and load conditions while maintaining high power transfer efficiency and reliability. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Rahman. Fernando Javier Roca Fraga. Mr. Roca Fraga combined research evidence from the past 100 years to investigate the impact of variable levels of enutrition during pregnancy on fetal and lamb growth. His findings uncovered a matrix of experimental variables responsible for the disparity in study outcomes across the years. These results help us to understand how different nutritional events can impact the development of the lamb, which could ultimately have an effect on farm profitability. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Fraga. Christiane Schmidt-Meyer. Fortifying food with nutrients and bioactive compounds is becoming increasingly popular among food manufacturers. Ms. Schmidt-Meyer developed models of different intestinal layers and identified several milk proteins that adhere to these intestinal wall surfaces. These proteins can be used in designing new bioactive delivery systems with enhanced absorption of bioactive compounds. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Schmidt-Meyer. Brigitte Heika-Schwendel. Ms. Schwendel investigated the chemical composition of organic and conventional produced milk in a pasture-based farming system. The factors identified in her research are not exclusive to either farming system, and pasture feeding of conventional cows removes differences previously reported between the two milk varieties. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Schwendel. Shakti Singh. Mr. Singh proposed and developed a new method of evenly coated particles using bubbles or foam. He identified several effective mechanisms at microscale by contacting individual particles with single bubbles. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Singh. Alice Smilovska. By understanding how iron interacts with peptides derived from goat and cow milk, Ms. Smilovska research has provided fundamental knowledge of how these complexes could be used as an ingredient in food systems to reduce iron deficiencies worldwide. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Smilovska. Stefan Smith. The bacterium Mycobacterium avium subspecies paratuberculosis is associated with some cases of Crohn's disease in humans and is found in meat sourced from sheep with Johne's disease. Mr. Smith's research provides a means to mitigate the potential perceived public health risk of this bacterium. He developed a new diagnostic test that may provide a real-time means to identify systemically infected carcasses at time of slaughter, enabling the prevention of infected product from entering the human food chain. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Smith. nor softwhalina, softwhinyan sang. Commercial monoglycerides, a fat-based emulsifier, are generally manufactured through chemical synthesis. Ms. Softwhinyan Sayan investigated whether lipase enzyme can be used as a processing tool to generate monoglycerides in a food emulsion. Her results confirm production of monoglycerides at sufficient levels are able to impart critical functionality in selected food emulsion systems. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Sofian Sang. Natasha Strobinger. Obesity is a serious public health problem of the 21st century. Therefore, reducing fat absorption is highly desirable. Ms. Strobinger investigated the interactions of calcium and fatty acids in the gastrointestinal tract and their effect on fatty acid excretion and fat digestibility. Her results provide evidence that the interaction between calcium and fatty acids have the potential to disrupt fat absorption and thereby possibly contribute to weight loss. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Strobinger. Rashad Ahmed Syed. By understanding the ecology of methanotrophs, methane-eating bacteria, Mr. Syed's research has provided valuable insight into optimising the use of soil biofilters for mitigating greenhouse gas methane emissions from New Zealand dairy effluent ponds. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Syed. Oriane Tierney. As we have heard, Ms. Tierney's research advanced the understanding of how hydrocolloid gel particles can be used to manipulate the structure and properties of mozzarella cheese. It has provided valuable insights for food design with commercial significance for the dairy industry. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Tierney. Muhammad Yusuf Tuafal. Image registration is the process of finding an alignment between two or more images so that their appearance matches. Mr. Tuafal developed two different algorithms to perform conformal image registration and found that for some forms of growth, a conformal model cannot be ruled out. His research will assist other researchers to understand the growth and evolution of an organism. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Tuafal. Horan Wang. Ms. Wang researched the potential of a foodborne pathogenic virus, Yersinia enterocolitica, to form biofilm and persist in the pork processing environment. She found that the environmental calcium ion can help the bacteria attach to surfaces. Her findings provide guidance for cleaning practices in the pork industry to control contamination. Pro-Chancellor, Dr. Wang. Thank you, Pro-Chancellor. Would all our graduates please stand once more? He honore nui te whakatau atu I a koutou, hei raukura o te kuninga ki pūre huroa. He mana nui tō tētahi tohu wharawānanga e ngāri pēra I ngā honore katoa. He haipapa hoki ona hai kāwinga mā koutou. Ko tāku kupu ki a koutou, hei raukura no te kuninga ki pūre huroa, ki a mētia tērā I ākona e koutou, hei ōranga mōhau, hei ōranga hoki mō te iwi. Ko tāku kupu anō ki a mētia e koutou, ngā pūkenga me te mātoranga I whiwhi ai koutou I runga I te pākaha me te ponu ki a taunou. Ki a āko me te rāpū mātoranga mō āku tuna atu. Ko tāku kupu anō ki a maumahara koutou, ki ngā ākuranga o te kuninga ki Pūrehuroa mō te whaiaroha o tētahi ki tētahi atu. Te mea ai hoki ki ēra tangata kaurau e whai ora ana pēra ia koutou. Ko tāku kupu anō kia ātou whākaro koutou. Ki o koutou wawata me te kaha mahu tonu pēra i ngā tau tatanei. Ke roto kia koutou mahi katoa. Ko tāku kupu kia koutou me tū rangatira koutou hei kanohi mō te kuninga ki Pūrehuroa. It is my great honour to welcome you as alumni of Massey University. The award of a university degree carries many privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. I charge you as graduates of Massey University to use what you have learned for your own betterment and for the benefit of your communities. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and discovery. I charge you to remember the lessons that Massey University has taught you about the worth of others, particularly those who've not had the opportunities that you have had. I charge you to set goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. And in all that you do, I charge you to be deserving of the good name of Massey University. You may now be seated.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. At the conclusion of this ceremony, guests are requested to remain in their seats until the processions have assembled in Broadway Avenue. Please then join our celebratory procession to the square, where we hope that you will mix and mingle with graduates, staff, family and friends who have all been part of your successful graduates' journey. I declare this congregation to be adjourned. Please join with us in singing the National Anthem of New Zealand, the words of which are printed on the screen. Please stand.